So imagine that you're so good of a hip hop act that you are in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I get to do a show with him and I did a song with him. You can't take that away from me, bro. You can't take that away from me.
Welcome everybody to Sway 73 TV. It is me, Uncle E. Like I always say, do me a favor, take a little bit of time and hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, leave me a comment, whether good or bad. Either way, I appreciate you taking the time to do so. Thank you for tuning in. This is actually a part 2 to my first interview with Ultramag, man. We have to finish this up. There was so much to talk about, so we've decided to do a part 2. But everybody, thank you for tuning in. Ultramag, thanks once again for joining me and wrapping this up.
Brother, thank you for having me back. I appreciate it, man. Listen, let me shower you with some blessings, man. It's good to meet a brother in arms in this hip hop stuff. So, I'm glad that you bring me back on your platform. I appreciate you, bro.
All right, of course, man. You do a lot for this culture. Because we're going to talk about something when we get to a certain part. But
Okay.
if you do me a favor, we left off on the part 1 where we were talking about Uncle Ralph shouting you out on the Math Hoffa show on his podcast that he had or has.
Yeah.
So and you left off, you were saying about how somebody reached out to you, they hit you up in a DM saying about the shout out that Uncle Ralph gave you. And you said how you went, you checked it out, it was all the way towards the end. You almost thought it wasn't about you or whatever, but let's take it off from there. How was it again for you when you heard him mention it? And by the way, he did say that your Instagram account and the content that you do is one of his favorites.
Yeah.
So talk to me about that.
Yeah. I just got to say this. I feel so bad because I forget the brother's name, but he's from Long Island. So that's he's from Long Island.
And hit you up?
No. I've had talks with him before, but when you see people's Instagram name and then their real name, it's like, I'm not Ultramag7. I mean, I'm Ultramag7, but
right.
And actually, today's his birthday. I feel bad.
Well, shout out, happy birthday.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but bro, it like I was saying, he had said something like, "Yo, that was that dope shout out that Ralph gave you." I'm like, "Huh? What is you talking about?" And then when I finally watched the whole episode, and it took to the end of the episode to see where it was at, and I was like, bro, I was like speechless. I was just stuck. And then I'm going around showing people, yo, Uncle Ralph talked about me.
Right.
But yeah, it was surreal, man. Here's the crazy thing. This is what's so crazy. Shout out to Hackensack Brewing, my boy Mike Jones. They have these awesome 2 events.
Okay.
I met Ralph McDaniels up there, and at the time, I'm pretty sure he had already recorded the episode. So I shook his hand. I said, "Yo, I'm Ultramag7. You follow me. We follow each other. The video." "Oh yeah." Shook hands and walked away. And I'm pretty sure he had already recorded the episode. So so that's bugged out. It's bugged out. Bugged out.
Yeah, that's cool. But now, you had told me also about Fab Five Freddy.
Yeah.
You were telling me a story about how he had reached out to you.
Yeah.
And something. How did that happen? What led for him to reach out to you?
Here's what I think. I haven't put it together, but I used to see. I think Ralph used to tag Freddie. So I think maybe Uncle Ralph had said, "Yo, check this out," because I would see them and he'd be like, "Yo, tagging him," and so Freddie hit me in the inbox and was like, I'd like to talk to you. I got something I'm working on you might be interested in, and I'm interested in working with you. So I gave him my number, and he hit me up, and it was crazy. He's so humble that he was trying to like sell himself to me. Like he's telling me like, yeah, I was a part of the downtown scene, and I was friends with Jean-Michel Basquiat and all that. I'm like, bro, I know exactly who you are. I'm like, I had changed the beat on celluloid records on wax. I watched I seen Wild Style. Fab Five Freddy tells me I know the lyrics. I'm like,
Right,
bro,
right.
but yeah,
That's
so
yeah.
it was we were supposed to work on something. He liked what I did, but it just didn't work out. Just put it that way. Not in
Right,
a
right,
bad way.
right, right.
Not in a bad way. It just didn't work
Right,
out.
it didn't manifest all the
Yeah,
way.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah,
But
but the point for me is the fact that Fab Five Freddy reached out to you. You know what I mean? Like,
bro,
listen, there's bigger companies and stuff that do things and things don't work out, right?
yeah, yeah.
It's just again because like if for those tuning in to this episode, please make sure to go watch part one. We talk about Ultramag's journey, through hip hop and it's just one of those things, man. It's like people that we grew up or a fan of or look up to. Man, I mean, to reach out to you, that's pretty dope. By the way, before we continue, behind you, man,
Mm-hmm.
you got the Taxi, Jassoon.
Listen,
Yeah,
shout
yeah,
out to my man Jassoon. That's my man, and then also
yeah.
actually my man Thick Crates, my man Paul of Thick Crates. His birthday was yesterday, but he
Happy
puts
birthday.
out the records. So
Okay.
I got doubles. I'm not no
Yeah,
DJ, but I got doubles. But
yeah,
shout out to Thick
Jassoon,
Crates.
man.
Shout out to Jassoon.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Shout out to Jassoon. Make sure you guys go check him out on Instagram and
Yeah.
cop some of his music. Man, okay, so Fab Five Freddy hits you up and we talk about Uncle Ralph. Now something that I wanna, still within that line is we talked about how you early on were dabbling with MCing and
Mm-hmm.
rhyming and you had stuff that you were doing. And then you stopped.
Yeah.
You weren't doing much of anything as far as rhyming.
Right.
But we fast forward to 2025 and you make an appearance.
Man. I-
Public Enemy, Chuck D, Enemy Radio. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Do me a
yeah.
favor, you're on a track,
Yeah.
which is with Chuck D. How does that come about? What leads up? What even how does it come about for you to appear on that album when you haven't been doing much as far as music goes in so many years?
Okay. Excellent question. The honor of that goes to my man C-Doc. so so basically, I came on the It's C-Doc Again show,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm on the show every week. We interview people, and I was just showing gratitude. I was, thankful that, Doc put me on the show.
Mm-hmm.
And he knew of my history of rhyming because we had Prince of Superstar on, and we talk
Right.
all the time.
Right.
So he was working on an album of his music, and he was like, "Yo, I want you on a song." Now I haven't written rhymes in 20 years, so I'm like, "Okay, I'll do it for Doc just because I'm
Yeah.
thanking him for being on the show."
Mm-hmm.
So I sent him the verse. He was like, "Yo, that's dope." He liked it. And I'm like, "Okay, cool." So I'm done. And then it was like a couple weeks later, um, he hits me back and he's like, "Yo, if can I get another verse from you?" Now you got I got to tell you,
This is C-Doc that's asking you this?
It's C-Doc, yeah.
Okay.
So I got to tell you, before I wrote the first verse for C-Doc, I'm telling him like, "Yo, I'm fat, I'm overweight, I got no breath control, I haven't written rhymes in 20 years." And so when he asked me for the second verse, again, I'm singing the same thing. And he's like, "Yo, it's a song with Chuck." And I'm like, I was like, "Wait, when you need the verse? Tomorrow? You need it 6 a.m., 5 a.m.? When do you need it?" So all praise to C-Doc. He's the one that got me back rhyming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he hit you just like that. Like there was no like, let's say a month prior, hey, you know what? There's a project that they're working on. I'm gonna see nothing. It was just, yo, let me get a verse, and it's for this.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, that's
The funny thing was, I can't even remember if I knew he was working on the album.
mm-hmm.
Like, I can't even remember that, but maybe I did, maybe I didn't. But when he hit me up, he was just like, "Yo, it's a song with Chuck," and I'm like,
Nice.
"Okay, let's do it."
So did you have, did they tell you like what the song was about, what the concept? I mean, how did that work? Were you in the studio with Chuck? How did all that work?
No. This was he emailed me the track,
Mm-hmm.
and Chuck's verse was already on it, so there was a spot for me just
Okay.
to land it was already set up. If you hear the album,
Yeah, I listened to it.
it's almost
Mm-hmm.
like you're going through a radio station, and Chuck is like he's like the host of the station. So he kind of sets up all of the guest stars. He kind of sets them up, or they do a track with him, and it's almost like
Gotcha.
that. But
He
yeah, it
kind of
was
went back
just
to his roots.
yeah, exactly. So
Right.
I just had this spot. I had to, land it right there. So I heard Chuck's rhyme, so I knew what angle to come from. Like it
Okay.
wasn't gonna be like this freestyle. I'm like, oh, I'm the
Right,
best,
right.
and it's Chuck, But yeah. So that was it.
Nice. But it's still that must feel great though to be on you know, something with Chuck, and especially like I said, you haven't been doing it for so long, and then your first time back, you're on with Chuck D. That's ill, man.
Bro, it's crazy because the very first, well, with my own money, I'd say with my own money, because I had
Okay.
people buy like Sugar Hill Records and stuff for me. But with
Mm-hmm.
my own money, I remember it. The first 12-inch I bought was I Need a Beat by LL Cool J on Def Jam.
Nice.
Now this record's on Def Jam, so it's like full circle. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Crazy. So you just showed the vinyl. It's available on vinyl. I'm assuming digital as well. Well, assuming I did catch it on the digital. It's
Yeah.
on all platforms,
Mm-hmm.
right?
It's on Def Jam Records.
Yeah.
It's on. I got the vinyl, so it's on vinyl. It's on, like you said, CD. It's digital. Um,
Now
produced.
the vinyl, is that record stores or do they have to go like directly to the website? Do you know?
I think there's some stores that have. I know there's
Uh,
certain stores that have them. You can get it directly through Def Jam.
okay.
You should be able to get it. I don't know how widespread it is, but Def Jam's distribution. But
Right.
you
Okay.
should be able to find it at a store. If not, go to defjam.com and they have it.
Okay. But now if I want to get it signed by you.
That's the crazy thing. I don't go to Def Jam. I don't know if there's any left. In the beginning, they had those. They had like I think it was signed by Chuck and it was red vinyl. Like
No,
mine.
I'm talking about you. I'm signed by you.
Oh, come on, bro. Come on.
You said Chuck. I mean, yeah, of course Chuck would be cool, but I'm gonna get my
I,
Ultramag on.
I got a little hairstyle. I can get you.
Yeah, we're gonna have to make that happen for sure.
Absolutely.
So, okay, you coming off, you got that project with Chuck, Enemy Radio. Did that put a little bug in you to want to do anything else?
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's interesting that you said that. And it all ties into Enemy Radio. So
Okay.
we were shooting, so there's so many guest stars on the album.
Right.
And so C-Doc wanted to shoot some video footage that we could, make videos for the album. So on the album, I'm on the album. I live in Jersey. DJ Too Tough from the Tough Crew, he lives in Philly. And Phil Most Chill, he lives in Philly.
Right.
So C-Doc was like, yo, I'll come there and I'll get all your parts. So we're all hanging out. We taking pictures, hanging out all day and stuff, and driving we driving all around North Philly, going to different spots and everything. And so the next day, people start posting pictures, like, yo, we were here. And so we had a picture of us, all four of us, and somebody says it looked like, the movie The Usual Suspects. And I said, no, we look like The Unusual Suspects. And somebody was like, yeah, it looks like a rap group. And I was like, yeah, I said, yeah. I said, yeah, it's a rap group. I'm like, yeah, I'm down. And then C-Doc is like, yeah, what's up? I'm down. We're just joking. So I'm like, all right. And
Right,
then
right.
Too Tough is like, Too Tough's down to do anything. He's like, oh yeah. And then we're waiting for Phil. Phil's like, yeah, what's this? Oh, word, I'm down. So I'm like, so you know, we said it, and you know when people just say stuff, you're like, are they just
Mhm,
saying it? So I kept
mhm.
on asking them, and everybody's like, yeah. And then C-Doc starts sending tracks. So we're working on a record, us four, and
Yeah.
I don't know when it's going to be done, but um, hopefully
But it's in
before
the
that,
works.
it's in the works. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Cool. You said hopefully before the year's out, or
I hope
is that
we
too
can
soon?
not be out by the end of the year, but hopefully we record. I mean,
Mm.
get everything recorded, and then you know we could put it out next year. But I would put it. I would say next year there should be something out.
Okay, okay. That's okay, nice, nice. So you're writing, you're what's good?
Bro, listen, listen. To I think what I did with Chuck was like it might have been 8 or 12 bars. Like it wasn't. It's not a. I didn't have a whole 16.
Yeah, 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 yeah. That's what I'm
But
saying. So
so
how
this,
you prepping for this?
I, bro, it's I I
Is
just
it
gotta
nerve
sit there.
wracking? Is it nerve wracking for you? Like, is it a little, or
It's not nerve wracking. It's a what do they call that? Not a reflex, but
like a muscle memory?
yeah, yeah, exactly muscle
Yeah, yeah,
memory. So it's like, hey, listen, I write all my own rhymes. Like nobody's ever written a rhyme for me. So I'm old school. Like you ain't writing no rhyme for me.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So it's just getting that muscle memory back to be like,
Mhm,
so
mhm,
listening to the beats, like, okay, this is how the flow goes, catching the flow. This is the title of the song. Or like we said, we have a skeleton now. C-Doc sent us like 5, 6, 7 tracks with his verses already on it. So I got something to go off of. So I'm like, okay, you know,
with his
so
verses on it already, you said?
yeah, he's got the beat in his
Oh,
verses
damn.
already.
Oh,
So
he's not playing. He's not playing.
we got to catch up.
Yeah. Okay, so we've mentioned C-Doc a few times. Uh, do me a favor, just so people know, if they
Mhm.
don't, who exactly is C-Doc? Talk a little bit about the podcast that you're on, and then I know, correct me if I'm wrong, uh, the name of the record, Spit Slam? Am I
That
saying
record
that?
label Spit Slam, yeah, yeah,
Spit Slam, which
yeah.
is C-Doc,
He's the president, but it's Chuck D's label.
Chuck D's label, he's the president. Okay, so
Right,
to be
right.
fair, just so people know, talk a little bit about C-Doc, talk a little bit about the podcast and what
Hmm.
that whole movement, is about.
Okay. So C-Doc, as we just said, I'll tell you, he does a whole lot of stuff. He's
Mhm.
the president of Spit Slam Record Group, which is Chuck D's label. He rhymes, he makes beats, he makes movies. He's just a filmmaker. He's a graphic designer. He wears many hats. He's just a creative dude. But
Okay.
I'm on his show called It's C-Doc Again. So
Mhm.
it's every Tuesday on YouTube, and we're on Channel Zero, which is Public Enemy's channel. So
Right.
if you go into the search on YouTube,
On
type
YouTube.
in Channel Zero or type in It's C-Doc Again, and I think we just recorded this week episode 203. So there's 200 episodes. So every week we're talking with the who's who of hip hop.
Mhm.
Um, and so the way so real quick, I came upon the show by I was on I didn't know who C-Doc was. I was on Instagram, and I saw this advertisement, and it said that this person was going to interview Chill Rob G. So I
Mm.
said, okay, I like Chill Rob G. So let me check
Mhm.
that out. I missed the show, but then I saw another advertisement. So I came back the next week, and I'm watching the show, and they were interviewing somebody else I like. So I'm like, oh, these people they like what I like.
Okay.
And so I'm watching the show. I'm seeing C-Doc. I think Jennifer Jenny was on it. There were a
Mhm.
couple other people that are no longer on the show, but I'm just watching it. And then I would see Chuck D might pop in. I'm like, yo. And so every week I would watch the show, and I'd always be in the comments in the beginning, like, yo, what's up, C-Doc? Yo, what's up, Jennifer? I wasn't trying to get on enough. I just enjoyed the show. I was just like,
Right.
yo, I see y'all. I'm a fan. And so I had a previous podcast I used to do called People's Distinctive Travels. And with my man Fresh, shout out to Overloaded Fresh. And they wanted us to come on. They liked the podcast and they wanted us to come on to promote it. So I was like, bet.
Okay.
So me and Fresh went on there to promote it. And we did that. Then the next week was their year-end episode. They were like, yo, come back next week because we want you to talk about, what's your favorite album of the year or whatever. So we were like, cool. Came back. And then I just stayed a fan. I kept on watching it. And then one of the guys that was on the show was leaving. And then like Jennifer was like, yo, you want to fill in for him? I'm like, sure. I filled in. They were like, come back next week. Come back next week. Come back next. And finally he was like, yo, you just want to be a part of the show. So I was like, bet. I get to talk to my hip hop heroes. So so that's the show. It's C-Doc again. And like I said, every week we talk to MCs, DJs, producers, graph artists, dancers, whoever is part of hip hop culture. We talk to them, and it's me. I'm on the show. C-Doc, obviously, Jennifer Jenny, and Jennifer. She used to work at KDAY in LA, which is the first 24-hour hip hop radio station, and then Flatline. And Flatline runs like the music division rap station of what Chuck D does. So like, like C-Doc is the record label, and Flatline is like, the radio version.
Gotcha. Okay. So it's nice little whole little movement going on.
Yeah.
Nice. So, quick question: you guys just recently interviewed Ice-T.
Yes.
Yeah. Was there anything that Ice-T said, mentioned that like you had like you didn't know anything about, or something that surprised you, shocked you, anything that stood out to you like the most out of that interview?
No, well, here's the funny thing is, if I would encourage people to go watch the episode. It's hilarious. Ice-T is hilarious.
It is. I caught that.
Yeah.
That was a good.
But here's the funny thing. The reason me and Jennifer, like before I got cool with C-Doc and everything, I really got tight with Jennifer or Jenny from the show.
Okay.
Because when I heard she worked at K-Day, I was really, my aunt lived in LA, so I'd visited her, and I remember hearing K-Day, like, late 80s. So I knew, what it was about. And she was at the radio station, so she had all these great stories. So she's told me a bunch of stories about Ice-T. Like she knows Ice-T, Africa, Islam, Henji, Evilly. So I've heard probably stories that I can't tell.
Yeah.
than ones that Ice could tell. But
got you.
It was just and shout out to Jennifer, because she was the one who really was trying to get Ice. She's talking to this one. I think at the end she connected with Donald D, and Donald D made it happen. But Jennifer really was, yo, we want to get Ice. It's going to be 200. We got to get somebody big. Yeah.
That was a 200th episode?
That was 200.
Oh, I didn't catch it. Okay. Wow. That's crazy.
So when we did episode 100, we had Be Real from Cyprus. So like every time we have like a big,
we try
to get somebody
you want to
big.
Celebrate it big time.
Yeah.
Any interview that you could think of, again, like the same question about Ice, but that someone that says something that shocked you that you had no idea, a story. Like I'll give you an example. I just had, they just had a service for X-Ray the Mind Bender Web. And I had, we had him on the show once. And this is something that he mentioned that it's one of those things that maybe I knew and forgot, but honestly, I don't think I knew this tidbit of history. He told us a story about how Rick Rubin, we're originally from Long Beach and Long Island, right?
Right.
he was telling the story about how Rick Rubin was living out there. This was like early on,
Right.
and how X-Ray sold him like pretty much one of the first equipments. One
Mm-hmm.
of his, I forgot what piece. I'll post it, you know what I mean, when I post this part about it. But and I'm like, wait, Rick Rubin lives in Long Beach? I was like, I didn't know he lived, you know, at least like I said,
Yeah.
maybe I heard about it, but that blew my mind because I'm from out there. And I've you know, Larry Brown was from Long Beach, the basketball
Mm-hmm.
coach, Scotty Graham, you know, who went pro football. Like
Yeah.
there's a lot, like, you know what I mean? I try to usually stick. So that one blew my mind, man. But
Right.
anything like that, that, you know what I mean, that you might have come across that you can
I'm
think of?
I'm trying to think, but I can tell you our latest guest. What I'll tell you this story. This is what I can think of now. So we had Shafiq Hussein on the show. So
Okay, yeah.
um when Jennifer, she had been talking to him and she booked him. So at the end of the show, we always talk, we huddle up and we talk, and she was like, "Oh, so we got Shafiq Hussein." We're like, "Okay." So I, I knew him from Sarah Collective, like the producer. So I'm like, "Okay." So I'm like, I was just like, "All right, cool." I have to put in some, start listening to some stuff and
Mhm.
dig a little bit deeper. So I have my questions. And so I think CDOC was looking on the computer, and he was like, SLJ Sledge. He was like, "Yo, is this the SLJ that was on that did production for Ice-T?" And he was like, "Yeah." And he was like, "The one that was on King T's record?" I was like, Sledge. Now listen, my favorite King T record is King T for Life. That's my favorite King T album.
Okay.
He has this song called Check the Flow, which is one of my favorite King T songs, and it's featuring
It's fits.
Sledge the Rough Edge, which is now Shafiq Hussein. So once I said, because you ever hear like one of those records of those artists and you don't know what
Like,
happened or whatever?
yeah.
Meanwhile, he had done
He's
stuff from here to here, but
wow.
he's been under so many different, and none of us put it together. So when we all figured that out, it was like, because like Flatline is he's the biggest Ice-T fan. So
Okay.
Aladdin and Sledge and Shafiq Hussein, they produced like that original gangster album and all that. It's
Mhm.
stuff. They were on Syndicate Records, and so
Right.
it was like,
So that
oh,
blew,
it's
You see,
crazy.
yeah. See, those are the things that make it so exciting,
Yeah.
man. You know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
finding little intricate things like that. Now, this was that you guys found this out before doing the show,
No,
right?
we found it out
Or
before. So this was at the
right.
so last week's show, at the end we all huddle up, and it's
Yeah.
like, "Yo, this is going to be the person next week." So we're like, "Yeah, okay," and then we were
Yeah.
like, and we like, "Oh, okay." It went from like here to here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Now that one came out already?
we just did it Tuesday. We just
You
did it
just did
Tuesday.
it Tuesday.
Yeah,
So
it's
who
out. It's out. It's out.
yeah. So who who brought that up during the interview? Did anybody bring that up that made yeah.
You know it was me. You know it was me.
I haven't seen this. I saw the promotion for it, but I haven't watched that one yet. So
You know it's
yeah,
me.
yeah. What did he say, man? I mean,
Bro,
well,
no,
yeah,
I
okay.
can,
Yeah. I was gonna say you
bro.
can go
It
watch
was
it, but
he was so like thankful, because at the same time Flatline is pulling out the records. So like there's like they had one single, I think maybe on Syndicate Records. Like
okay.
he was in a group called the Nile Kings. So he's like, "Yeah, I was in this group, the Nile Kings," and like, you know, Flatline's like, he's like,
Yeah.
"Yo," like,
Yeah.
and he's just bugged out. Like he was, I think he was really thankful that, sometimes people get on shows and artists get on shows and it's the same questions. And we're
Mm-hmm.
fans and we're here just to shower you like, "Yo, we love your
Mhm.
music." Like we're not going, "Who's your favorite rapper? Who's your favorite producer?" Like,
Yeah,
what
give
do
me
you
your
think?
top five.
Yeah. What do you
I
think
know.
of Puffy? Like, we don't,
Yeah,
we don't, we
yeah.
don't care about that,
No,
man.
no. I mean, tell you, I've watched a few of the shows, and that's the one thing that I enjoy is
Right.
because, again, as a fan, those are things that like for example, you guys had a kill,
Yeah.
right? I was bugging out on how Jenny, she's like, you guys are there, and then Jenny's like, uh, she's like, oh, I recognize you now, and she's like telling him about the school and the shows and this and that, and then
Yeah.
and the fact that like he remembers,
Yeah.
then he starts mentioning the dancers' names
Yeah.
and all this stuff. Like, that's what it's all about for me.
Exactly.
For me,
Exactly.
you know what I mean? Because again, yeah, you could talk about the what is it called again? Oh my God, now how am I forgetting? The collective, the Jurassic 5,
Yeah,
right?
Jurassic 5.
And the oh my God, where they would perform at.
Oh, at
At the, holy
um
shit, yeah, bro.
The Good
The
Life.
famous spot, the good,
Good Life.
right?
Good
So
Life.
I mean, but like the good life, this, that, or whatever. But man, you find those little things that's like, oh man, you guys don't just listen to the music, you
What,
guys pay attention. Like, you know what I
bro?
mean?
I finally got to ask somebody, as Akil, there was this thing called iFresh. And
So actually, yeah.
I only know of, listen, I'm from Jersey. That's in LA, but I only know of iFresh through this lyric from a song by the Knots called Mixtapes. And
Okay.
Satch says this lyric and he says something about iFresh. So I think I'd seen an interview before where Akil said something about iFresh. I'm like, oh, I'm going to ask him because I just wanted to know what it was or what was happening.
Yeah.
And so, and when I asked him that, he was like, yo, I didn't expect to be on here and somebody ask about iFresh. And I'm like, that's what we try to do is we want to get these tidbits of information. And it's actually cool because the guy who did iFresh, he shot the footage. This was back in 84, 85. He still hasn't put the footage out. So
Wow. Did he say why? Do you know why? Or?
I don't know. He's still sitting on that. Listen, I don't want to kill. Who knows if he lost it? Who knows he lost it or whatever? But I mean, it's a piece of LA hip hop history.
Yeah. No, that's see that. I always look at this, which is why, like for now, like even with you on here, yeah, it's about Ultramag, but you're part of that, which is, I look at it as, yeah, we have a community, right?
Mm-hmm.
Of peers and people that like the same thing that we like and are into. So they watch the show.
Right.
But I also think about it. What about the ones that are, let's say, like not necessarily our peers, the younger generation, or someone that might stumble upon one of the CDoc shows, or and get to learn these things because you know what I mean. Some like us, oh yeah, like I've heard about that. Oh yeah, and they think we just kind of, like you said, like kind of asking the same things, but there's so many that are coming up, or that don't know. You know what I mean? So that's why I love those type of. That's why I enjoy the shows like you guys do. You know what I mean? Because it's a very well. You guys got a good show going on over there.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
So shout out to everybody on CDoc. Wait a minute. He's CDoc. The name of the show is called CDoc. It's CDoc again, right?
Okay. It's called It's IT''S CDoc again. And I'm gonna tell you where he got that from. So I said he makes beats, and one of the artists on the label on Spitslam is Stetsasonic and Daddy-O from Stetsasonic. So he was doing some beats for Daddy-O, and Daddy-O was like, "You need a producer tag." He's like, he didn't like producer tag. He was like, "I'm gonna give you one." So he did. It's CDoc again, and so that's where he got the title from.
From Daddy-O.
Yeah. So if you listen to some Daddy-O albums and CDoc did the beat, you'll hear it. It's CDoc again.
Yeah. I wonder, did he go to the do you know if he went to the when they performed at the Brooklyn Bowl?
Who, Daddy-O?
CDoc.
Oh no. He lives out in Pittsburgh, so no.
He didn't make it to that. Okay.
Yeah.
That was a dope show, man.
I think they were in Maryland, and he was, because actually that was the day before he came up to Philly to record us. I think he recorded them in Maryland, but I don't think he wasn't at the Brooklyn Bowl.
Okay. All right. So that's that podcast. Now you have another joint that you do, the Prospective, which it's kind of a podcast, but it's like an event. It's a whole. It's everything in one. I would say, right? Event,
Yeah.
podcast. Talk to me about that. What is that one about?
Yeah. So, the Prospective podcast, and you can listen to that on all streaming platforms. We have 4 episodes out so far. First one was Mr. Len. Number 2 was Jazz Soon. Number 3 was Phil Most Chill, and number 4 was Sadat X. But shout out to my partner Carter Ranks. And I always tell him it was his idea because he's the one that stepped me. So it was his idea. But he had the opportunity to have a day or evening, whatever he wanted to in this space. And so I was in Philly checking out my man, DJ Soulbuck. He was DJing the spot. So I went to go check him out. And I didn't know Carter Ranks. And he came up to me like, yo, Ultra, I love your page. But I'm like, oh, what's up? That's what's up. And so I think he inboxed me, a while after that. He was like, yo, I got this idea I want to run past you. And he was like, we'll have this spot and I'll DJ and you interview people and that's what we'll do. And I said, I was intrigued. I was like, this sounds interesting. So I was like, all right, let's keep on fleshing it out. Mm-hmm. And so what I said to him is, let's make it a podcast. Like, let's record it and put the audio out. I said, because that will be the commercial to get people to come. Like, if you hear that, you'll be like, yo, I'm in the air. I'm in Delaware. I'm in Philly. I'm in Jersey. Maybe I want to come down. So, we recorded it. We put it out. But basically what the Prospective is once a month. But basically what it is when you come to the Prospective, it's at the Khyber Pass Pub in Philly. So it's right in Center City, Philadelphia, which is downtown. It's on 4th Street. Is it 4th Street or second? Oh, my bad. 2nd Street. 56 South 2nd Street. Sorry. So it's the Khyber Pass Pub. You come in, right when you come in, go upstairs, door on the right. We got a spot. We got a bar right there. You go through this hallway. It's a little room we got in there. We got a little elevated stage. And, we got seats set up for people. You come in, you'll hear Carter Ranks spinning. And then the guests that we have, I'll interview them. If the guest has merch, they can sell merch. We'll do like a little meet and greet. Oh, wow. This one will be a little bit different because our guests are Kev Brown and Ken Starr, but Ken Starr is going to perform. So this one, we're going to have a performance. So it's almost like we're giving you like a show. It is for free. Like it's free. It's free. It's free so far.
So far.
So far. So far.
Okay.
Well, I don't want to be greedy. No. We try to build it up.
No. Listen, in all fairness,
we're grown men.
Be able to be able to continue to bring something like that, you need a little bit of financial support.
Yeah, you need bread.
At the end of the day, I mean, and so there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah,
there shouldn't be. So let me. So, like for example, when you had Sadat X on or there, did he perform, or is this just like how does that work?
So, this is what I say to everybody. When we get the guests, I ask them, do you want to perform? So obviously, Mr. Len, he's a DJ. So I said, Len, do you want to spin? He was like, nah, I'm good. It's okay. He didn't want to spin. We had Jazz Soon. I said, Jazz, you want to spin? He was like, nah, I don't know. Y'all do your thing, I'll spin. But when he was up on stage with me, he started kicking some rhymes. So I was like, oh, that's dope. So, he just kicked a couple rhymes. As Phil Most Chill, he wasn't interested in that. Sadat was performing later. So we weren't going to ask him like, yo, do a show for,
Right.
And then, but for this one, when Carter Ranks booked Kev Brown, he was like, yo, can I bring Ken Starr? Because we just put out an album and he'll perform. He was like, come on.
Right. So it's an extra bone, right? So okay, so I mean, it's you have obviously, like you said, you interview the artist or whoever the guest is. You have the music going. It's in a
Hmm.
location where they can have drinks. You can have a good time. It's buy
Food.
merch if there's merch, and then however it goes in the flow of it, you know what I mean. They might pick up the mic. They might spit a little bit or something. They might spin a little bit. So you never know. But either way, it's free, and you're gonna get very well, entertained and enjoy a show at the same time.
Listen, like I said, the last one we did, where else you gonna go for free?
Mm-hmm.
There's drinks, there's food that you can purchase. Sadat X is up on stage. You're seeing an interview run by me, and you know the questions I'm asking. I'm not asking the same old stuff. Then at the end, you can even ask a question. So you can, if there's something you always wanted to know from Sadat
Yeah,
X,
yeah.
you can. That's your chance to ask it directly to him.
Nice.
Yeah.
How does it feel doing the interviews live as opposed to like, let's say how you do with C Doc?
Let me tell you something, bro. You know the reason that I wanted to do it?
uh,
I have a fear of public speaking. So I was
okay.
like, if anything is going to help me get over this fear, it's not a crippling fear. It's not like like
No, you're right, right.
I've had jobs. I was management and had
Mhm.
to give presentations, so it's not like that. But
Right.
it just I don't enjoy it. But I'm
Hmm.
talking hip hop, so
So at least it's like more of a comfort
that's my
zone.
wheelhouse. So I'll talk to
Right.
anybody about hip hop. So when Carter Ranks brought it up, I was like, that's what intrigued me. So
Mm,
I tell
okay.
you what, it's very. Here's the interesting thing. Number one, you're up there, cool. I mean, they're focused. They're focused on the artist, but you have to know your subject, who you. So you, and then you gotta.
Mhm.
I kind of craft this narrative. I'm trying to take you on this story, and you gotta be interesting because nobody wants to see you sit up there and it's boring.
Right.
So there's a lot going on. There's a lot of dynamics, and I'm not saying I'm good at it or great at it, but you gotta be at least decent to
Yeah.
keep these people interested and to be up there with somebody. So
Hmm. Hmm. No. Yeah. Definitely. I saw like you and Lynn were having a great time up there. You and Lynn were having a great time, man. I was cracking up when he's like, "So you bring me out here for the first episode? You're gonna make fun of my name?"
yo,
No,
see,
but listen, you what is it? 4 you said so far?
yeah, we did four so far. This will be number five
The, it can
Saturday.
only get better, man. You know what I mean? If you never
Yeah,
started off the way you started off, it is to me. It's. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it.
thank you.
Yeah, and I didn't even see it live, so I'm dying to
Yeah,
go see it live one of these episodes.
it's the funny thing. Me and Len are friends, so like me and Len will get on the phone and talk for hours about just stupid stuff. We talk about comic books or whatever for hours. So him up there, it was just two friends talking. Like then Jazz Soon, you talk with Jazz Soon.
He's
He,
he's 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 just a walking comedian.
he's a
Like,
wild yo. He's hilarious. It's
yeah,
and full of energy. So
yeah.
it was easy talking with him.
Mhm.
Phil was just full of Phil Most Chill was just full of information. So it's like I could have talked to Phil another 2 hours, but we only got so much time. And then Sadat, it's like this is one of your heroes, so now you get to talk to him. So now you get to answer all the questions you want, but you still gotta get some background because it's a podcast. So not saying nobody's heard of him, but there might be somebody remotely that doesn't know that
Mhm.
much, or so I gotta keep it entertaining.
Mhm.
So that's the challenge is keeping it entertaining and keeping it interesting for me too, because I got to have fun. And,
Right.
obviously Carter Ranks, he'll pop in with stuff. So just keeping it, like I said, just entertaining. So people are like, okay, this is cool. I want to come back next time because I like these guys.
Mm. Okay. It sounds good, man.
Yeah.
It's like I said, I've seen the clips and everything. I think you guys have a great thing going there, man. So I
Thank you.
wish you guys all the best and all the luck with that. Because I know it's not easy, man. It's not
Yeah.
easy. How long, speaking of the time, so like how long do you guys do that event for? Like, is it an hour long, 2 hours?
Oh no, it's from 1 to 5. So, and
Okay.
here's the thing I say to people: we're hip hop fans of a certain age. So I used to go to a lot of hip hop shows. I've been to thousands of shows. As I gotten older, I don't want to be out so late. I don't want to stand for 5 hours, have my back hurting.
Yeah.
So if I'm giving you an event where you don't have to fight through 1,000 people, you come in, there's, a certain amount of people, certain amount of seats. It's in the afternoon. I get you home for dinner because you leave out at 5, so you can take the kids to grandma's house and come down here in the city.
Yeah.
Look, bring your lady. Maybe she's a hip hop fan. You could make it a date. You come through the city, hear a podcast. You can see it live. And then later on, you'll be able to hear the audio. You get to meet an artist. You can buy some merch from them. You can shake their hand, tell them how much, you love their music. You could stay, get some drinks. You could get some lunch, whatever. You could
Right,
you're in the
right.
city, so
Yeah.
in Philly.
Nice. Do you guys, you mentioned that you put the audio out for that, for the interview part.
Mm-hmm.
Um, do you do video as well? Are you filming that?
Yeah.
Or, yeah?
So shout out to my man Bug. He has a camera. He gets the footage. So he's been filming that. So we've been kind of building that up. We'll put all that out at some point, like edit that out. And we also have a YouTube page. So, so you can listen to the audio there. If you don't stream it on a streaming platform, you can listen to it there.
Okay.
But yeah, we're going to be putting up video footage. I actually think, this one we got coming up, I think, because it's the 20th anniversary of Kev Brown's album, I Do What I Do. So I think he might have some, like a camera crew or somebody. So we'll have some really good footage to share from that.
Okay. And the YouTube channel for that is?
I think it's the Prospective podcast. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, it is.
Yes.
I had looked it up.
Yeah, I got so many different hands. Yeah, it's the Prospective. And just so they know, it's the not perspective, it's the Prospective. Prospective. I think that's his perspective.
Yeah. Why the prospective?
Prospective, me and Carter Ranks are the pros, and it's our perspective. So it's the prospective. Listen, I'm big on branding.
I was gonna say you
that was me.
Yeah. That's cool, man.
Yeah.
I like that. All right, so yeah, that what's your actually before we do that, shout out the place one more time for that event. The name of the place.
So it's the Khyber Pass Pub, which is at 56 South 2nd Street, and it's in Philadelphia. It's in Center City. If you're from Philly, you call it Center City, but for everybody else, I say it's downtown, so it's in the city. But once again, Khyber Pass Pub, 56 South 2nd Street.
Okay. Now, to keep up with that, like as far as when you guys are having an event or whatever, they could just follow. Do you guys have an Instagram account for that? And stuff?
Yeah, so you can follow the Instagram account. It's the.perspective.podcast. The.perspective.podcast.
Okay.
Or if they follow me, Ultramag7, you'll see links to it on my page in my bio and stuff. So
all right, so everybody make sure you guys follow those links and stay up to date with what's going on. Real quick before we head out, what's the connection between you guys? You're like connected to so much history and classics and stuff like that. But the Awesome 2. I see, the last episode that me and you did, you had the shirt on, had the Awesome 2 on there. What's the connection between you and the Awesome 2?
Awesome 2. So again, Hackensack Brewing, my homeboy Mike Jones. I've known Mike Jones for over a decade, over 10 years. I don't know how many years, but I used to hang out at his house on the weekends. He lives up in North Jersey. He lives in Hackensack. I live in South Jersey. So I would go to hang out at his house. We hang out, drink and everything. And he was a big, big, I am too, big beer drinker.
Hmm.
And so he was making beer. He had been making beer for years, but he had kind of stopped, but he was started making it. So I would come up to his house, help him make beer. And then one
Okay.
day he told me, he was like, yo, I'm going to open up a brewery. I'm like, word? That's what's up. So then he showed me the spot and I saw him demolition the spot and did
Yeah.
it. So I saw it build up. And then
Right.
I remember one day he told me, he was like, yo, the Awesome Two hit me up because I think it's either Special K or Teddy Ted. One of them is from Hackensack.
Mm.
And they were coming up on their 40th anniversary. They've been on radio over 40 years now. And they wanted Mike Hackensack Brewing to do a beer for them, like to commemorate it. And so, they talked about what style and what kind of beer. So they made the beer, but then they were talking to Mike about having an event and like the summer, springtime, um, just, we'll have DJs, we'll have music or whatever. So they have this event called Vibes in the Garden. Actually, last Saturday was the last event for the season, but
Mm.
they have these things called Vibes in the Garden.
It's a like a summer thing.
Yeah, so it goes from
Okay.
like I think it started in May, so it kind of runs from like May to September.
Okay.
But you come out there, you'll see. I've seen Grandmaster Caz there, Raz Kaz, Tretch, King Sun, uh, who a who's who of hip hop. Just showed um. Anyway, there's been all type. Brother Jay from X Clans up
Explain.
there, Ryman's. Smooth B, Greg Nice. So one time we were this wasn't one of these times, but one time I'm up there visiting the brewery and um Greg Nice and Teddy Ted come in. And so we're kind of after hours, like they close at 10, so we're just all chilling inside. And Mike goes, he's introducing me to Teddy Ted. Ted was like, yo, this is my man AP Ultra, whatever you want to call me, AP. And he's like, yo, yeah, this my man. He does the videos. He's like, what? He's like, Ultramag. He's like, oh, okay. He must have watched the video.
Yeah.
And he was like, yo, I want you to do something for us or whatever. I said, well, we'll figure it out. So we exchanged numbers and Ted called me and he was like, yo, we do the radio show every week. Can you do like a promo for us? So I've been
Okay.
doing promos every week for the Awesome Two for like the past 2.5, 3 years or something. So,
Mm.
and doing that, I remember Ted called me up one time. He's like, yo, what's your shirt size? I was like, extra large. He's like, oh, you sure? I was like, yeah. So I went to one of the Vibes in the Garden and he gave me the shirt, the one I had in the last
So,
episode.
yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
it's embroidered, it's got Ultramag7, it's got the patch. So that's how, and listen, if you ever go to, they're specific for the person's name, but there's only about maybe, I don't know, maybe 20 people, if that have them. Like,
Right,
like you
yeah,
can't go
yeah,
buy these.
yeah.
So
Right, right.
you got to be down with the Awesome Two and affiliated. Cause like
Somehow, yeah,
they
yeah.
have a lot of DJs there and the DJs have them. And then Mike, who runs the brewery, has them. But there's only for certain, but it's members only. It's like a members only jacket. So, yeah, that's how I got
Yo,
down with
man.
them. So,
Nice, nice.
Kay and Ted, they're legends, they're good dudes.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
just being in the right place at the right time and doing something that people appreciate.
I was gonna say too, man.
Yeah.
You can't downplay what you do
Yeah.
and your talent, and and it's cool because they recognize it. So
Yeah.
you know what I mean. So okay, have you had a moment yet, or maybe it's not time for this yet, but have you had a moment where you're just like, holy crap! Like I used to listen to the Ocean 2 all the time. I'm down. I got a members only jacket now. Chuck D, I'm on an album with him. Def J like, have you had a moment yet, or are you still like, you still in it?
Bro, I do it all the time.
Yeah,
Like, yeah, you remember YZ?
yeah, yeah,
So, YZ had come on It's C-Doc again, and I think he was promoting his album, and it was a listening party. So Doc, we were on there listening to it, and he was, he followed my page, and he was like, "Yo."
The show itself was like a listening party, you mean? Or
it wasn't actually It's C-Doc again episode, but it was a listening party for his album. So it's still up on the page. If you go to the page, you can see it. It shows up.
Gotcha.
So he was like, there was this song that had the Spider-Man beat, the 60s.
Okay.
It had that, the dude chopped up that beat. So he was like, "Yo, Ultra, you should do a video of this." Say no more. Yeah. So we're talking and that, and I'm like, I told him, I tell them all that if I was into your stuff, I'm like, "Yo, bro, I'm on the phone with you. I used to buy your tapes when I was in high school." Like, and he's from Jersey, so he was one of the guys that we really looked up to. Yeah. So, hey, listen, I'm not one of the people, I'm not going to gas his head.
Like, you're too cool.
I'm going to just tell you what you mean to me and thank you.
Right,
appreciate. So, but it happens all the time. Like, I sit back, I be like, and I tell people, I'm like, and I'm not, it's not trying to like gas people up. I'm like,
no,
bro, like, I'll put it this way. I was talking to YZ last week, and then he sees DJ Soulbuck. He knew Soulbuck because Soulbuck did a mix before he came on the show. He was like, "I want Soulbuck to do a mix of my album." So I was like, "Okay, I'll tell Buck and I'll give you his number." So I gave, I gave him Soulbuck's number and gave vice versa, so he knew who it would be when he called. Buck's on the phone with him. He's texting me, "Yo, I can't believe I got," and I'm like, "See?" So he feels the same way I do. Like, he was like, "Never in a million years could I believe that YZ was going to call my phone."
It's crazy, man. That's crazy. It's a great feeling, man. And that like those stories you just said, man. We come up as kids listening, and for us, like you mentioned comic book, you into comic books, huh? Like,
oh, super.
Yeah. Okay. But it's like, it's almost, I always say it's kind of like the equivalent to that, right? Like we kids, you comic books and the superheroes or whatever. And then we get into the hip hop, and these guys, even though they were probably young at the time and everything, but to us, they were like living heroes. It's like
superheroes.
Yeah. And then so some might say, "Oh, you fanning out or whatever." I don't. That to me is not what it is. It's more of like, like I grew up listening to this, or I mean, you know how many records, how many albums, how many songs, how many hours you as a kid growing up listened to these people or watched them on, whether they were graph artists, watched them dead, whatever it was. And then you get a chance to chop it up with them, man. Like, you're not gonna, like,
bro.
Come on, man.
Bro,
it's amazing.
Chuck D, I mean, I know this is not hip hop, but he's in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. So imagine that you're so good of a hip hop act that you are in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I get to do a show with him, and I did a song with him. You can't take that away from me, bro. You can't take that away from me.
Yeah, that's
in the history of Chuck D's songs, he's got one with Ultramag7.
And there's so much like connection with that because, like we just said before, I mean, Chuck comes from that whole, radio and doing stuff like that, and you're doing a show that he comes on and participates on and everything, and then you do the like that. That's like a whole full circle. It's
crazy.
Def Jam you talked about, and the albums on Def Jam, like that's crazy.
It's crazy.
Man, well, then I get to talk to you.
I'm nobody.
No,
I'm chopped liver.
No, don't downplay that. I get to say I spoke to Ultramag, who's on an album with Chuck D and works with the Awesome too. And nah. It's, I'm joking, but I'm not joking. I just want to say with that is that, man, congratulations to everything you've been doing up until now. I know there's a lot more coming your way in the future, man. But
thank you, brother.
Man, enjoy it. I'm enjoying watching from afar. So, man, congratulations once again.
Thank you.
Man, like I said earlier, everybody, please check out episode 1. This is part 2. You know, we talked a lot about Ultramag's journey and how he got to this point where he's at right now. You know, living on cloud 9 up there somewhere. But is there anything that, you know, well, do this before we get out. Let everybody know that don't know where they can follow you at, where they can keep up with you. You know, shout out the podcast again and all of that stuff. Give everybody your information.
I'm primarily on Instagram at Ultramag7. That's ULTRAMAG 7. I do have a TikTok page. I don't post there regularly, but there's some videos on there. I have a YouTube page. Ultramag, everything's Ultramag7.
Ultramag7.
You know, some people, sometimes I put stuff on Threads, you know, the Threads, so, you know, but you can get to that through Instagram. Again, the show, it's CDoc again every Tuesday. You can see that on YouTube on Channel 0, which is Public Enemy's channel. And we talk to a who's who of hip hop. You can listen to the Prospective podcast or come if you're in the area, if you know, tri-state, come down. We do that once a month, and same thing, interviews with hip hop artists. What else I do?
The album they could get.
That help me make about 3 cents. Go buy this record. Go buy this record. I got a stunt too. Hold on real quick. I got a stunt because they got the liners. And I'm in this picture right here.
Oh, look at that. Look at that. Look at oh, and next to Donald D.
Next to Donald D.
I can't see the other one. Oh, shoot. Miranda Wrights is on there?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't catch. Oh, I got to go back and check that out. Daddy, yo.
She's on a song with Half Pint. You know, Half Pint from Son of Berserk.
Oh, yeah. Yo, Miranda Wrights is ill, man.
Oh, listen.
She's ill.
You know what's crazy? I didn't know. I hadn't heard about Miranda, and then so I heard the album, and I'm like, yo, who's that?
Oh, word? Yeah.
She's nice. She
yeah, you know what? I came across Miranda. How did I come across her? You know where? I think it was the first time. I want to say it might have been it was at a Zulu Nation. It was at a Zulu anniversary. Like, you know, well, I think they still do it, but the event and she was there. She was at one of them. I don't remember now if she performed, and I know it was there. That's when she was there or whatever. And then I looked her up, and I'm like, yo, she's ill, man. Like, she spits.
Because I saw the name first. I'm like, yo, that's an ill MC name.
That's a random name.
I was like, yo, that's an ill name. And then when I heard her, and she's ill. Like, she does stuff for like the Harlem Globetrotters. Like, she's out of here, bro. She's serious. She's serious.
Yeah, shout out to Miranda. Right?
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. I haven't, it's so funny because I don't know, for some reason I haven't really seen it's probably because I haven't interacted or whatever, but I haven't really seen anything coming up on my feed or anything about her. So that's crazy that I just saw that name.
Yeah.
I forgot about it for a second.
Yeah, so she's
crazy.
dope.
Yeah, so yeah, you got your picture on there next to a bunch of, oh man, this guy, man. Listen, like I said, man, congratulations on everything, man.
Thank you.
Continue success with everything that you're doing. Anything that that you wanted to mention that we might have not, anything coming up in the near future or?
Actually, well, just, I would say this, we could talk about this some other time, but I think Rap Central magazine, there's a magazine coming out by Chuck D, and I was supposed to have a column in there called The Ultramag7. So I think there might be an issue coming out before the end of the year. So be on the lookout for that.
That's the UK?
Yeah, it's coming from a UK company, but I think it'd probably be an import here. But it'll be at like Barnes and Nobles and things like that. So it'll be in, you can get it at a Barnes and Noble in the States.
Can you mention at least like what your column is going to be about, or?
Oh yeah. I see you hate to say stuff that they publish it and it's not in there, but
Well, that's what I'm saying. If you don't want to,
Oh
don't
no,
you
no,
don't
no. I
have.
can. It's
Okay.
so I'm big on branding and I'm trying to brand myself. So I call it the Ultramag 7. And basically what it is as we sit here and talk, we get sick of asking artists the same old questions.
Yeah.
So I take 7 random questions, like crazy stuff. Like I'll give you a preview. And so
Okay.
you're a comic book guy, so I'll give you a
Mhm.
preview. Um, the first person I had was Mr. Len. Like I said, he's my guinea pig. I always get
So,
Len for whatever. So, um, the question I said to Len, I said, everybody knows you from Company Flow. I said, but what if um, Company Flow had been uh, comic book characters? I said, tell me each one of your powers, including Little Johnny. So I said, you, LP, um, Big Just, and Little Johnny. So he broke down everybody's powers and stuff. So those I try to ask different questions. So
okay,
it'll be
okay,
7 random questions that I ask a guest, and we just put that in the magazine.
okay. So it doesn't. I got you. So for example, if you have, well, like Len, like if you have somebody that's a hip hop artist, for example, you're not
Mm-hmm.
necessarily asking them, uh, when did you start rhyming or things.
No, 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 no,
It
no,
could
no.
be like, yeah, I got you. But
I
it's
saved
fun.
that. I saved that for Itzy Doc again.
Yeah. So this is more. Oh, that's cool, man.
Yeah,
That's a good concept.
yeah.
You
So
get the facade and have fun with it at the
yeah,
same time.
exa- you want it to be fun, and you want it. And actually,
Yeah.
here's the other thing: is I recorded it similar to how doing this. I record it, and I'm going to put that. I'm going to kind of reboot my YouTube page and
Yeah.
put that content on it. So
Nice.
yeah.
Which at the same time, you can also use that to promote the.
See what I'm saying? Then I can take the audio, make it an audio pack. Come on,
Yeah.
bro. I'm trying to
Nice.
chop up this pie.
Nice. Cool, man. Well, once again, Ultra Mag, thank you for taking the time,
Thank you, brother.
and sharing a little bit. I know there's so much more, man, we could talk about, but,
We can do a
again,
part 3.
We'll talk.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, thank you once again, man. I appreciate you taking the time. Keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you.
It's, like I said, at least for me, looking from where I'm at, I'm enjoying watching your journey and your rise. So keep it going. Shout out to everybody over there at CDOC. Shout out to your partner for the Prospective. Yeah, man. And thank you. Keep doing what you do, bro. Appreciate you.
Uncle E, thank you for having me on again, brother. And
Yeah,
keep
man.
doing what you're doing, brother. Thank you for having me on your platform, man.
No, thank you. Of course. Thank you. Thank you, everybody, once again. This is Nsway73 TV. Don't forget, hit that subscribe button, hit the like, and leave me a comment. Let me know what you think of the show and all the other ones that are up. And until the next one, peace.